Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a video, but I was just having a little discussion in the comments section. I wouldn't call it an argument, but it was just a friendly discussion about American muscle cars and which compete and blah blah blah. And I just wanted to take a minute and organize it, decide for myself. But I just want to go through it. I know there's glare and all. It's kind of a pointless video, but just, you know, just want to hear your feedback. So, we have the big three, Ford, Dodge, and Chevy, with the Mustang, Challenger, and Camaro, obviously. So, these are, those are obvious. You have your Mustang V6, your Challenger V6, and your Camaro V6. Nothing much to say there. You have the 3.7 versus the 3.6 and the Chevy 3.6. And then with Dodge you have the Dodge Challenger RT, which has the 5.7 Hemi, and I believe, I haven't looked in a while, correct me if I'm wrong, has about 370 horsepower, which, being that the Challenger is a heavier car than both the Mustang and the Camaro, and now it has, let's see, about 50 less horsepower, that doesn't compete with the Mustang GT 5.0 or the Camaro SS. So that one is kind of a weird niche. It's kind of like the V8 that is not the fast V8, it's just the V8 above the V6, basically. So that's how I feel on the RT. Then you have the GT and the SS obviously compete with the 5.0 with 420 horsepower and the 6.2 with 426 horsepower. And then you have the Challenger SRT8, which used to hold a very important slot in Dodge's lineup when it had the 6.1 liter Hemi, and that did compete with the GT and the SS. That was back when the GT had 412 horsepower. But yeah, the 6.1 had 425, so it was right in the middle, competed perfectly with the GT and the SS. But now they've got a 6.4, and it produces 470 horsepower. So now it's kind of like, you know, a bit more than the GT, also a bit more than the SS, but if you actually race them, I still believe the GT is actually slightly faster than the 6.4 SRT8, so that's an interesting thing there too. But the person that I was commenting with said that the SRT8 competes with the GT500. Now I'm thinking, you have to be an utter pillock to think that. Excuse my British language there. But yeah, you have the Shelby 5.8 supercharged now has 662 horsepower versus the 470. That is nowhere near. I mean, honestly. And then I would say, well, the Boss 302 would compete with the SRT8 with the 6.4. But now Ford discontinued the Boss 302, so you don't have that either. With the souped up 5.0, the high pow. But so now, yeah, the RT and the SRT8 are kind of like not competing really now. I mean, they are, but you get what I'm saying. They're not really in a particular niche. And now the Camaro has the 1LE, I think it is, which was going to compete with the Boss 302, but now that Ford discontinued the Boss 302, they just have the GT Track Pack, which is effectively the same thing as the 1LE. But they should have kept the Boss, in my opinion. Another thing, with the GT500, you have the Camaro Zl1, which uses the detuned ZR1 Corvette's engine, and also the Cadillac CTS-V 6.2 supercharged. But yeah, the ZL1 competes with the GT500, but even that lags behind in the power, but it still competes. It's got better brakes, as the Motor Trend test driver said. So yeah, that's how I feel on these things. That Ford and Chevy kind of compete pretty good, but Dodge is now throwing out the RT and the SRT8, which don't fill a particular niche. So let me know what you guys think. I could be wrong, and I'd appreciate it in the comments below. Thanks.